I really hope that like somebody snorts one of these condoms and it just gets lost in their fucking face.
Yeah, somewhere behind your face, there's a condom.
Brunch.
Hit it, boys! Do you know what is not for the faint of heart?
What is that?
A heart attack.
Oh, all right. Quick and to the point.
Yeah,
a lot better than last episode's open.
Nice little joke.
Nice.
So I guess we'll just address that. We got in a fight over that.
We did.
Because you used it as like a jumping off point for like stop fucking around. And I had only gotten, oh, you asshole responses to that, which is a good response for a lot of the shit that we pull. But then today, because you were like, people said they were turning off the episode, blah, blah, and that had not been my experience. That's not what I had heard. I gotten a lot of reaction to it, but not...
Well, to be fair, the people who would turn off the episode would come to me to say that and not you.
Not necessarily. People come to me with, like, you did something bad. Anyway,
okay.
So I was like, all right, you're using this as a way of like passive aggressively being like, calm down, which was cool. We actually got in a very healthy discussion as a result of that. But then today, I got a text that was like, hey, listening to your last episode, were you on drugs in the first 5 minutes? And I was just like, yes. If that'll be easier than having a conversation, yes. Anyway, so that was just a little joke about heart attacks.
I like it.
We have some big news. Dollaritas are back.
At Applebees, baby. When was the last time you ever been to Applebees?
I don't know. There's a very big possibility that I've been to Applebees once in my life.
Really? Yeah. It's been a while. Like, if I'm going to go to a shitty one of those restaurants, I'm going to go to Chili's every time.
Right, Chili's is the go-to. And Chili's isn't good. But
no, definitely not.
You can survive there.
Yeah, but, I mean, Chili's has good margaritas. Yeah. They're, like, good in the sense that they're just loaded with fucking sugar and they taste good, but there's probably, like, a splash of alcohol in there and they cost only $5. But I'm very interested in Dollaritas and seeing what they're all about.
So, you apparently didn't know this. I've said that. I thought I'd said this a lot of times in the podcast. I don't drink margaritas because
no, I didn't know
that. I don't drink tequila and not in like no tequila for me. Like if there is tequila in that thing, I will not fucking have it. Tequila is not going in my body. That's the fucking. I'll put a lot of things in this body, not tequila. So. I saw everyone was tweeting about Dollaritas. I think LP was tweeting about Dollaritas. It was trending.
I throw the suggestion that we should do an episode at Applebee's and just see how many Dollaritas we can drink during the episode.
Yeah, and I was like, that's a good idea, but I wouldn't really be able to participate. And then we came up with the great idea of I'm going to ask if they can give me a virgin Dollarita. And then I'll probably also just like get beers on the side.
Yes.
And I'd be the first person in the world. I wonder if anyone's ever done that. Ordered in a non-ironic way. Because I wouldn't be doing it as a joke. I'd be like, we're here to drink Dollaritas. I don't do tequila. So bring me a virgin Dollarita.
You brought up an interesting question. Like, what would be in a virgin Dollarita?
What is in most virgin drinks? Is it just like the mix but not the drink?
Yeah, I would assume so. I would assume it's like the mix and maybe like soda water or something.
I learned this week that I don't know what's in pretty much any drinks.
Yeah, I did see you tweet out, does anybody know what the hell is in Long Island iced tea or what's the other one?
Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead. Well,
did you know the answer to either of those?
The Long Island iced tea, I mean, I just like assumed that it was like some part iced tea.
Oh, no, so that was the only thing I knew, that there's no iced tea in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's no
Well, then
tea
the
in
answer is no. I don't understand. But I thought that the whole thing about a Grateful Dead was that they just throw everything into one.
Into it,
yeah.
Which so people were like, I bartended before, and I could tell you that it's like, no, it's not, okay? But actually, a lot of the answers gave me a pretty good hold on Long Island iced teas. I knew that the only thing I knew was in a Long Island iced tea, and I was like 5% confident in it, was Coke. I was like, I think that it's a bunch of shit and a little splash of Coke.
The drug or the juice?
The the juice.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice little Jersey Shore
Yeah,
reference.
it was, baby.
I just
I
realized
laughed
that.
out loud.
Yeah, so did I. I saw that part twice for an odd reason and forgot about it the second time and still laughed out loud.
By the way, everybody, we're going to be talking about the Jersey Shore today.
Yes,
so.
we stayed up late to watch Jersey Shore for you guys because we're sports fanatics, so we had to get in our full night of sports, and then we did Jersey Shore on top of it. Anyway, a Long Island iced tea. That's how they would say it on Long Island. That's how they say it.
Lungaland?
It's just all the clears and then a splash of Coke juice.
Okay.
So it's vodka,
So it's healthy.
tequila.
There's juice in it.
Yes, yeah, vodka, tequila, gin, whatever. And then Grateful Dead, I think, is just like whatever they have, and then some fucking like razzmatazz or some shit like that.
Do you know about the Mothra at the Gaff?
No, what's that? I know what the Gaff is.
Yeah, you do.
Nice little
it's
bar.
on the cocktail menu, and it is a quote-unquote deadly secret.
What is it?
I
By
don't
the way,
know.
that's my phone ringing, and that's not like can't you just put it in silent? Because my phone has gotten so bad and so out of control that now it won't even switch into vibrator silent. So it just fucking rings all the time, and you know me, I don't like any communication.
It is amazing that you have not killed yourself yet.
It is the fucking worst. So I hear every alert now. So if someone, God forbid, if someone fucking DMs me, and please, any friends listening to this, don't abuse it as a joke because this is seriously this will contribute to my fucking death. So don't do it. If someone DMs me, I get a sound alert on my phone, and then I get an email alert because I get an email every time someone DMs me, and I fucking I hate it.
All right, stop banging on the table because I've already had I'm already having anxiety watching the microphone turn away from you slowly.
Yeah, so this microphone is loose, and
you kept
every
banging
few minutes...
You kept banging on the table, and it just went worse and worse and worse, and now it's just like a completely horizontal to your face.
You know who would struggle doing this podcast?
Feidelberg.
Nikita Khrushchev.
Who's that?
He was a Russian guy. Took off his shoe, banged it on the table.
Oh, okay. I said Feidelberg.
That's my attempt at being PFT and dropping a historical reference.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for me.
I said
either.
Feidelberg because that guy does like 1,800 podcasts a week and does not know how to hold the microphone to his face. When we did the Friday Night Lights podcast, it was the most frustrating thing in the world watching him handle a microphone.
It was like, I'm trying to think of what that would be. I think it would be like being an up and coming musician, and the label's like, hey, you know what? Whatever your vision is, whoever you want to work with, we'll bring them in. And you're like, oh my god, geez, let me think.
Imagine Dragons.
Fuck. No, yeah, exactly. If you're like, oh my god, I would love, like, this is crazy, but I would love like John Mayer. Would we be able to pay for like John Mayer to play guitar on this song? They're like, yeah, absolutely. John Mayer's going to do it. And you're like, oh my god, John Mayer's going to play guitar on my song. So he comes in and he starts like laying down the tracks. They're like, okay, and all right, here it comes. We're going to punch in. There you go. And they're going, and you're behind the glass, and you're like, he hasn't plugged his guitar in. He's just playing. All you can just hear is like the light, the light sound of an electric guitar that isn't plugged in. He is not plugged in his guitar.
Say something?
Yeah, and then you're like,
say something?
dude, plug in your guitar, and he's like, oh, definitely. And the take starts,
and then he just keeps playing without plugging in the guitar.
No, he starts playing and just like slowly throughout the take. You're like, he is unplugging his guitar. Why is the guitar the cord?
How
the
has
cable
this guy
is
ever made a
slowly
record?
coming out of his guitar?
How has this guy ever made a record? He
And
unplugged
he's
his
doing
guitar
it
halfway
masterfully.
through.
He's playing beautifully, doing everything better than I could. His guitar's not plugged in.
That is a great comparison.
Yeah.
I like it.
I told you that when I was in college, all my fucking teachers would always point out that they thought that I was like a savant with analogies.
Really?
Yeah. I
can see it.
Every now and then in adulthood, if someone's like, dude, your analogy game is pretty sweet, I always have to act like I don't know that, or like that I haven't heard that before. I don't think I have the best analogies in the world, but I'm good at saying, oh, this is like that.
Here's an analogy for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when people tell me that I look like Matt Damon. I have to like pretend.
Ooh.
It's difficult because
You mean the actor Matt Damon?
yeah,
Yeah,
which
that
is
guy.
that
Huh.
has become more problematic in recent years, with Matt Damon not being able to shut his goddamn mouth and saying stupid things.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
it was a tough few months stretch for me, but like it's difficult because I always say yeah, I know, and that just sounds like I'm an asshole.
Right.
Because like it's a lot of the times it's like a compliment. He's a handsome man.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, I know. So I
Yeah.
kind of have to like pretend like I've never heard that before.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, Mr. Bean." Oh, I bet you get that all the time. Like, then why just say it? Because now I have to act like, "Oh no, that's okay," and you could just fucking said anything. God damn. Yeah, I feel worse for them. So speaking of Dollaritas, I think we're gonna do that. You talked me into it.
Are we?
Yeah.
I will be so excited if we do that.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about doing on-location recordings forever.
Yeah.
I still want to do one in a movie theater, in
Yeah.
an empty movie theater. I still want to do one like at bars or at like actual brunch.
Yeah.
And now I for sure want to do one out in Applebee's.
Yeah. So we can lightly shed light on this. Earlier this week, it was actually as like a result of like a long discussion we had after what was going on in the beginning of last week's episode. We were like,
I feel like that's becoming more of a trend, by the way,
What?
where we have like a hashing out like every like 2 months.
but not necessarily like a hashing. I think
It's-
that like we've just both this like I don't want people to panic. Like just whether it's because we've had other shit going on or whatever, we like brunch just hasn't fucking felt the same.
Yeah.
And not always in a bad way. Like we've had some fucking cool weird episodes, but like
We don't have the consistent magic as
Yeah.
like a lot of the times before.
which is
Or it just feels like I always want to do new like fun stuff, and it feels like we're kind of plateauing, maybe, or just like in a rut.
Well, I could say, honestly, I would say a rut is a fair thing to say. And it sounds scary or whatever, but I think it's actually forced us to kind of refocus our energies on it because it's sort of turned into, because we both have jobs and lives and everything, where it's like, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then twice a week I'm going to do brunch. Whereas usually it's like
we plan around
everything
brunch.
else is planned
Happens around
brunch. Like
That is
if-
100% like where the quote unquote problem has been. Like we are fitting brunch in around our lives,
Exactly.
whereas like our lives fit around brunch beforehand.
Yeah, which is weird because people always ask me like how brunch is going, and I usually just like fucking end up not necessarily like name dropping or whatever, but just like all like I've said this
Word
before. Like I
vomit.
went from the guy who doesn't do a podcast to the guy who only talks about his podcast.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, it's good. We've got a lot of ideas, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, like what? And we're like, oh, well, we built this thing and blah. And they're like, oh, well, who do you have coming on lately? It's like, oh, fuck, we haven't really had a guest in a little bit. Like, we have Randy and Lena a lot. And so, I don't know. Like, I'm just wondering, like, so the other day I tweeted, what are some of your favorite brunch episodes? And people gave us answers, and I listened to a bunch of them. And like we're for sure not making up that it's been different. Like we fucking sound like the two funniest people in the world on like Turtle Sex. Like honestly, I listened to us, and it sounds like and I thought this before. You know the Whatever Brothers? I forget their names. They're the two dudes. They wear funny hats, and they just do stand-up comedy together. They just stand on a stage and they just do
the
stand-up.
black kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are their names?
I have no idea.
But like, I listened to those
I
old
said
episodes.
kids. I'm pretty sure they're like in their like 30s.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's what brunch generally is. So I don't know if it's like an apology or whatever, because we for sure haven't been trying to not be on our A game, but I don't know, it's been odd. And I think that we also fell into some habits. Like I got really into save everything for the episode. And I don't think that that's good for... I think that in a way that's good, because you end up holding back... stuff doesn't get stale or whatever. But if you get a funny idea and like I want to text you about it, and then I don't do that, then that's like a time that we did not continue being Pete and Deej.
Yeah.
So like we're usually
There has been like a disconnect in between episodes between me and you. Like I feel like communication hasn't been as good.
It's fucking weird, yeah, and that's why like I don't know if you noticed, like I've asked you to hang out a lot because I'm like we need to be like fucking like bonding in some sort of, like I don't think like we like fucking dislike each other. We're not, like honestly like not be gushy or whatever. Like you're for sure one of my best friends. But yeah, it's just been odd, and like I've wondered. I brought this up. I'm like, I wonder, like, if you blame me for if we have plateaued or shit like that. So I don't know. This has been like I feel way better after the discussion we had the other day. But also, I'm like aware now that I'm in the couple that just went to couples therapy.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say. Like when I first brought that up, seems like we're kind of having those discussions more. But I feel better after we have them.
Yeah,
which is good. But then we end up getting back to having those discussions. So hopefully that cycle ends at some point soon. You brought up that I'm one of your best friends. Mm-hmm. One thing that we talked about today was what is the perfect number of friends for an adult?
Now, this comes because Chance the Rapper tweeted, would you rather have $30 million or 30 million loyal friends? And I like, his heart's in the right place. 30 million loyal friends, he says.
30 million loyal friends or $30 million. On the outset, that seems like the easiest question of all time.
Yeah.
$30 million for sure. And like the thought of even having, I said this to you, the thought of even having 30 friends makes me want to fucking vomit. Why would anybody want 30 million friends? 30 million loyal friends? Here's the answer.
And if they're loyal, that means that there's 30 million people who expect loyalty from you.
That's true.
Imagine that fucking pressure.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
We just talked about how loyalty to one fucking friend is tough.
So here's where it becomes maybe a little bit more difficult of a question. I still think that the answer is going to be fucking anything other than 30 million friends. But if you have 30 million loyal friends and you ask all your friends for like $5, get $150 million as opposed to $30 million.
Yes, true, but that would be such a fucking thing.
It's not worth the extra money.
I would like seriously ask. Let's put this challenge out there. Ask 10 of your friends tomorrow for $5. See if you can get $50 from asking 10 of your friends for $5. I bet that is
show us the receipts, bitch.
Yeah, we want receipts. I bet that is a
and then
fucking
donate that money to brunch
endeavor. No, honestly. Ask 10 friends for $50.
No, 10 friends for $5.
For $5 each. And if they give it to you, then donate it to beardathon.com/Bruins/Jeff Israel/profile.aspx. Very easy, rolls off the tongue. Again, that's beardathon.com/Bruins/Jeff Israel/profile.aspx. And that'd be a cool little move. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, if that's too excruciating, because I think that would be a really excruciating way to get $50, then just donate $5 to beardathon.com/Bruins/Jeff Israel/profile.aspx. Now, quick little side note. That's Jeff Israel's Beardathon thing. I don't know if you could tell from that. And he was tweeting about how people were donating to it and how he really wants to raise money and how because this year he's doing the positive Bruins fan thing, he really wants to have the most donations. So I tossed him $20 thinking that I was hot shit.
Yeah.
We each tossed him $20.
False. I gave him $10.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. So
times are tough over here.
We tossed him $30.
Yeah.
So pretty sweet move. And then Feidelberg donated $40 as Tuukka Rask and left the comment, "I'm good." Now I donated anonymously and then left the comment from DJ.
That's awesome.
Did you? How did you donate it?
I donated it anonymously, and my comment was just a young gun with a quick fuse.
Nice. This is very Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I'm a big fan of doing things anonymously, but leaving a little trace as to who it could be.
Like people want the credit.
Like if you see anonymous from DJ, if
I want to
leave,
you know
things... my sense of humor, you're gonna think, wait a second, I bet that's from DJ.
Yeah, I mean, it's best to donate anonymously and then tell everybody about it, or like tell not everybody about it, but like make sure people find out so that you get extra credit for having a little bit of humility.
Yes, that's true. So the Chance the Rapper tweet got us to thinking. And again, donate to beardathon.com/Bruin/Jeff Israel/profile.aspx. ASPX is important. Get that part right. So, would you rather $30 million or 30 million loyal friends? You said that 30 friends is tough, and we got to thinking, what's the correct number of friends? What's the good number of friends? I thought of the max number of friends, and the max number of friends I could have is 22.
Okay.
Here's
Explain
a breakdown.
It.
Yep. A best friend where you are, a best friend somewhere else.
Kellen.
Yep. 2 different groups of 3 other people you hang out with, a couple you're friends with, and I'm sorry, I'm just ending all sorts of sentences with prepositions here, a significant other with 1 really cool friend. So far, that brings it up to 12 people. And then 10 other people just scattered around the world. Could
wild
be
cards.
anywhere.
Wild cards.
Totally. Like, like this person lives... like I know this person from work. I know this person from this thing. We went to college together. That's 10. 10's a lot of people, and that brings it to 22 people. That is so many fucking people.
Yeah, that's a way higher than the number I expected. Like I was originally thinking that I probably want.
Well, I'm saying that's the max. Ideal, looking at like 4.
I was gonna say like I was thinking single digits.
Yeah.
For the number of friends that I want.
Yeah.
But like I guess if we're kind of counting acquaintances here.
So that's the thing. Like work friends or I don't know. I guess not really, because work friends, unless you suck, you should have, or unless like you own a small business and there's only like one other person, you should have a lot of work people with whom you're friendly. And also, so I don't know. Unfortunately, and this is not a brag, I have way more than 22 friends, and I would love to change that. If you got any tips, pass them along. But
I need like at least 11 friends for a fantasy league.
So what? So right.
But not even that. Like I would like 8 friends for a fantasy league, and then I just have 2 fucking schmoes that I don't know who like I just want to kick their ass when I match up with them every week.
I am very close with the other 13 guys in my fantasy league.
Yeah.
Those aren't all my friends.
See?
Very close with them. We get together. We do stuff together.
It's kind of fun to be in a fantasy league where you kind of fucking hate a couple people. And you're I want to kick that person's fucking ass.
Dude, the stories that the things that have gone on in my fantasy league, it is unbelievable. It is, you couldn't make a fucking reality show about this because it would just be too unbelievable even for reality. The pettiness, the shit that people have pulled.
Your fucking newsletters at the end of each week.
Someone fucking... Someone didn't like a trade, so they deleted a fantasy basketball league that everyone in the league was in. Just fucking deleted it.
That I can't even believe that's like a capability to just delete a fucking league.
Dude, well, think of what Trump can do if he doesn't like a trade.
Okay. So like eight friends for a fantasy league. I think you need like half a dozen friends for going out.
Mm-hmm.
And then
half a dozen. That's so many.
Not at the same time,
right,
but like in rotation to text to see what they're doing.
Well, that's why I
night.
said like 2 groups of 3. 2 different groups of 3. Every now and then, if you need to, you can combine members from them. Ideally,
3
not.
is a fucking great number.
Yeah,
for like going out. Like if you're going out with 4 people, you can get a table somewhere.
Yep.
Man, so I'm gonna say like ideal, probably around 15.
15's a solid number.
15 with like 4 or 5 that are like in the elite rotation.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Who, if anybody responded with the
30 million friends, I hope to God that their motivation for that was money.
I'm trying to think of how 30 million friends could work out. Like, imagine if you went on Twitter one day and had fucking 30 million followers.
Oh, my God. I would never go back on Twitter.
I would just delete it right there.
So, Deej, quick little break. You want to look good in your underwear and be comfortable, right?
I already do.
Oh, yeah.
It's because I wear...
MeUndies. That perfect balance is hard to find, so don't sacrifice style or comfort. Check out MeUndies.com and find the best pair of underwear in the world. MeUndies is the most comfortable pair of underwear that you'll ever own, made from some sustainably sourced, natural soft fabric that is 3 times, count it, 3 times softer than cotton. I own MeUndies. They're awesome. They are superior to every other pair of underwear that I own. I swear to God. I swear by MeUndies. For the fellas, MeUndies diamond-seamed pouch cradles your jewels and gives your stuff the support it needs without feeling too tight. Right now, MeUndies has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. So to get 20% off your first pair and free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/brunch. They're so sure that you'll love their underwear, they offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. They guarantee you'll love your first pair or your money back. It's a no-brainer. 20% off, free shipping, 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to MeUndies.com/brunch. That's MeUndies.com/brunch. This is a limited time offer, so what are you waiting for? Start wearing the best underwear of your life. It changed my life. It's time to let MeUndies change yours. Go to MeUndies.com/brunch right now.
Did you hear? The underwear will change your life.
It is life-changing.
Yes. I splurged a bit this week.
What'd you do?
I bought something big.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Something high-end.
Ooh.
I bought a good, expensive ironing board.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I need you to enlighten me, like, as to what makes like a luxury ironing board.
So this is important because you're about to get out the crib, but
That's
you
true.
live in your own space. And I was thinking, like, man, maybe I'll even get Pete a nice ironing board as a housewarming.
You have to get me a housewarming gift.
Ooh, that's famous last words. You'll have to keep it in your house.
We're gonna go down to 21 Friends.
Yes, exactly. So I'm big. I love ironing. Big into ironing.
I don't love ironing. I love ironed clothes.
Yes, I can't. I don't do well if I'm wearing a shirt and I see, like, right now, for example, this shirt. And now this will explain why it's not ironed. But this shirt, the around where the buttons are, where the thing, where sometimes it folds the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do shit like that.
Okay.
It's got to be. If I'm the mess here, the clothes can't.
The clothes need to make up for you being the mess.
Yes.
They can't add to the mess.
Exactly. So I'm a big ironer. I know that you're big into iron clothes. You're big into the spray.
The wrinkle release spray. That will seriously change your life.
Yeah.
MeUndies and wrinkle spray are
Yeah.
all you need in your goddamn closet.
I love me the wrinkle spray, but I moved into a new apartment like now a few months ago, I guess, and I haven't gotten an ironing board, so it's been my life's kind of been out of sorts.
Have you been ironing on flat surfaces?
No, I haven't been ironing.
Okay. I think not ironing is better than ironing on like household flat surfaces.
No, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
I've seen people do that.
That sounds like
It sounds very dangerous and very bad.
Yes, that's. I think that's some sort of degree of arson.
Quick little side note. I'll let you get back to your ironing board story.
It's a good one.
How do you put on dress shirts? Because that was like the big conversation on hockey Twitter this week.
What the fuck was that?
Because
You just
a year
you
ago,
unbutton them, you put them on, and you button it.
yeah, but like the question it was sparked last year when Nick Bedino was like, I'm just seeing some of my teammates button from the bottom
up or down.
Yeah,
I think we've had that discussion. I go top down.
same.
Yeah.
So I think I guess it's popular to go bottom up and top to bottom. So like some people said they went fucking middle out, which is fucking crazy. But the one that really rocked my world was like multiple NHL players said that they left their shirts buttoned and pulled them over their head like a goddamn pullover.
That is really,
That is
really
insane.
awful. You know what that reminds me of?
You shouldn't even be able to do that.
What is it in? Oh, it's in Parks and Rec where they drink water from the water fountain by going up to the water fountain and putting their mouth over the thing.
Yes.
That's what that's like. It's like, oh, cool, a shirt. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, when I saw the fucking Parks and Rec clip is fucking hilarious, where they just like suck the water fountain.
They just put their face over it. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah,
but
but
it's very similar. By the way, another good analogy from this guy.
It really is. Like the idea, just like the visual of somebody pulling a fully buttoned dress shirt over their head, and like being able to do that is wrong in itself. That means that you're wearing dress shirts that are way too fucking big.
Well, I guess it assumes that they leave like 2 buttons unbuttoned and then pull it over.
Even still, like, you should be wearing like a slim fitting dress shirt most of the time. If you're like an athlete in good shape, you should be wearing slim fit, and you can't pull that like directly over your head. One of them said that they've ripped a bunch of dress shirts in the past doing it, but they still do it. So what a bunch of fucking psychos.
Stupid.
Not a tip that I would give.
Yeah, back to the ironing
back to
board,
the important stuff.
Yeah. So I got so a good ironing board is awesome because when you think of an ironing board, so think of like when you go to a hotel, you bust out I hope people iron at hotels because I for sure do.
Yeah.
That's a bigger risk though because a lot of times the iron there sucks,
and it can ruin your clothes.
Right, but my way of seeing it is as long as you get like a $30 Black & Decker iron, you can survive. Mm-hmm. I think that if you're going to spend ironing-wise, you spend the $30 on the Black & Decker fucking $30 iron, and then drop like 80 to 100 on like a dope-ass ironing board.
That's how much fucking ironing boards cost?
Well,
how much did your ironing board cost?
It was like 85.
What?
Yeah.
You spent $85 on an ironing board?
I was getting a good one. I was getting a
Holy
good
shit.
Yeah. So I splurged and I was very excited and it came today and it sucks.
What?
It fucking sucks. So I'm sending it back and that's going to stink sending back the box that came was so fucking huge. I'm not a big mail guy, so I get everything sent to work, so they bring it to me.
God.
Which is like a total asshole thing.
Yeah, it is.
So like the woman from the front desk came over walking, she was like,
this
I've got
fucking
a big
frail
one.
old woman. She's been like, DJ's mail is
and
here.
I was like, oh great, my ironing board. And everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So it stinks. The one I got was because they were like, it's a great ironing board. Plus, it's unbelievable for portability. It's got a thing on it, and you can hang it up in a closet. I was like, this is the sickest ironing board ever. The only cool thing about it is that you can hang it up. And I'll admit, that's quite cool. But that thing is flimsy as fuck. What I want with an ironing board is some fucking heavy-ass shit. I want it tough to set up because it's so heavy.
I want to run it over with my truck.
Right, yeah, exactly. I want fucking, not Billy Mays. What's the new guy? Hi, Phil Bud here with Flex Tape.
Flex Tape guy.
Here's how I run it. I killed my wife. Like, that guy.
That guy for sure does weird shit in his free time.
Yeah, he's like, hey, this tape is the strongest tape in the world. Don't believe me?
I saw this boat in half.
I'm going to hang from the Empire State Building with just holding out of this fucking tape. Watch me. You're like, dude, don't do that. He does. He saws a boat in half, tapes it back together, and then goes in alligator-infested waters. Like, that's not a fucking risk that's worth taking. We'll trust you, and also no one's going to be using it
that way. Boats.
It's like, hey, want this boat? I'll sell it to you real cheap. Only one problem.
I sawed it in half.
It's been sawed in half. That's okay. I got flex tape.
Flex tape should make fucking the dick tape, where you just put the fucking tape on your pee hole.
Nobody pregnant.
Yeah, the safest fucking birth control in the world.
You're never peeing again.
Saw your dick in half.
Yeah. Speaking of birth control, the condom sniffing craze is a thing.
Yeah.
Kids are
tough week for you.
Yeah. Kids are sniffing condoms, and
because we took away their fucking Tide Pods.
That's right.
We brought this on ourselves.
Yeah, I really want to tweet, finally, no one's going to give me looks when I buy Magnums, because I got a big
that
nose.
honker.
Yeah. I wonder if kids with big nose actually are getting Magnums. Or if they're new to it, they're getting like the super thin ones. Because they're like
ecstasy.
Yeah. But the thin ones, I feel like, could get lost somewhere along the way because you're taking in less there.
I really hope that like somebody snorts one of these condoms and it just gets lost in their fucking face.
Yeah, it's like somewhere behind your face, there's a condom.
It's like
It wouldn't be the stupidest thing. I mean, they're children sniffing condoms.
Yeah, I know. Like you deserve it.
Yeah.
I just want I want there to be a story. Like 50 years from now, it's like a 70-year-old person.
I
And they're
thought
like,
it was
we
funny to
found a
sniff.
fucking condom in this 70-year-old's face. And he was like, well, when I was a kid, we're into some fucking snorting condoms.
Well, I wonder if, because sometimes people will check the condom count. They'll say, like, ooh, I was here
One's
yesterday,
missing?
and there was this many, and
Who the
now
fuck does
I'm back.
that?
You haven't seen a fucking movie?
No.
Have you seen The Wood?
No?
That's how Stacy's girl catches him cheating. They're starting to have sex, and she's like, "I'll get the rubbers, and I'll get a rubber." And she goes over, and she's like, "Why is one of your rubbers missing?" And she was like, "When I was here last time, there was this many, and now there's this many."
Who the fuck
So,
takes count of condoms?
smart girls?
What the hell?
Smart girls who are this girl had reason to.
Well, that can never happen again, because if that ever happens to somebody who's cheating, they can just say, I snorted a condom.
It. I fucking snorted it, and it got lost to my face. What do you because they could say, like, well, then if you snorted it, show it to me in the trash. She'd be like, no, in my face.
It's up there,
Swallowed it.
never to be found again.
What does that feel like, having a condom come out of your mouth?
Oh, God. It's so disgusting.
This is fucking meme culture, though. Like, everything is, look how stupid shit
Yeah.
can be, which made this a very funny week, because it was a big week for the, if you can't handle me at my this, you don't deserve me at this.
So over
And
that,
people
like, 2 seconds into
right,
it.
well, people decided to point out, like, hey, this meme is really fucking dumb. Yeah. That's what a meme is.
Yeah.
Like, you're in for a rude awakening when you figure out what the rest of the memes
But
are.
like none of those ones were funny. Like people just used it to be like, "Hey, this is what I used to look like now. This is what I look
just
like.
used
I'm
it,
hot now."
The second I saw it, I used it to mock itself.
meme.
Yeah,
I did the first one ever today, and
What
it
was
was
it?
the Trump being scared by a bald eagle, and then a bald eagle sitting on James Paxton's shoulder. And so I
did a
found
written
it was a good time to do it.
I did. If you can't handle me at the singles Churches has released from this album so far, you don't deserve
I liked
me
I
at
liked,
the
I liked
every
it
other
because
thing.
you didn't post pictures. You just fucking did the words.
Because that's what it used to be back in the day. Like, the original form of that meme used to be like, if you can't handle me at my whatever, you don't
Yeah.
deserve me at my this.
Yeah, and then it became you versus the guy she told you not to worry about, because
Yeah.
that's the exact same fucking meme
Yeah.
now.
We have not yet spoken about the yodeling Walmart kid.
Oh my God.
That kid has got the lovesick blues, let me tell you.
Oh my! And let me tell you, we're talking about memes that we want to die pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I want that kid to never die ever.
We've checked in daily with each other saying, hey, still want
Still
this
hot
thing
on this
to
kid?
last forever. Still sending each other...
Still got the hots for this youngster?
Yes.
Yes.
When was the last meme that we... Honestly, I think the last meme that we were constantly sending each other, the good ones we found, was the Tingo Skra.
Yeah, that was
that was for a while.
That was a heater. Yeah.
But this one is great. I haven't totally been able to participate in the SpongeBob ones because I don't get all the references.
Yeah.
But this one makes me really fucking happy. And I think this one has staying power because it really can be applied to everything. As long as there's a video,
Yeah.
you can put it to it. T-Pain posted a thing of, it was, quote, T-Pain washed AF, me. And then it was him dancing, and it was awesome. It got like 65,000 retweets. So I just tweeted the same thing.
dubbed it over
and
with the
put that
yodeling
over
kid.
it, and it was awesome. I started to make, but it was too much work. The Bruins put out the thing of their fans singing "Living on a Prayer," and it was the fucking worst.
Yep.
I tried to make it sound like a whole crowd was singing the
yodeling kid?
Lovesick Blues, yeah, like the yodeling kid, but it was just too fucking hard to do all that copying pasting. But I love it. There have been fucking rap remixes, there's been trap remixes, there's been fucking dubstep remixes.
And a lot of those remixes, to be honest with
They're
you,
really good.
are bangers.
They're great.
They're
one
really
you sent
good.
me, it was like when the what is it when the yodeling Walmart kid remix comes
on
in
at
the
the club. It's
And
like
it
a
was
person
just
jumping off
a
a
person
building.
falling like 20 stories and then landing in a split and getting up and dancing.
Oh, it's the best. But what does this mean for Thunder? Does this kid have the chutzpah to steal Thunder from Thunder?
From like our space?
Yes and no.
No, I think that I honestly think that Thunder's never going to go away. Because
Also, big week for Thunder,
Right.
With the goddamn Jersey Shore premiere.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get to tips because we have a special guest to give tips, and it's Bill O'Reilly.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, just the guy that you want giving tips.
I'm about to lose a lot of weight. Thanks,
Bill O'Reilly with his Twitter tip of the day. Today was, if you stop drinking sugary beverages, you will shed pounds without Marie Osmond coming to your house. There are plenty of drinks with less than 15 grams of sugar, in parentheses, read the label, or drink water with lemon. Saves you money when you eat out as well. So that's Bill O'Reilly giving health and dating tips. Saves you money when you eat out.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been dropping coin on water, just assuming. And they're like, "Hey, wait a second, why?" I'm like, "No. Yes, I didn't. The water's expensive."
I mean, like riveting stuff to say, hey, if you drink soda and a bunch of shit with sugar, that's less healthy than drinking natural water.
And his solution is there are drinks with less than 15 grams of sugar. There are a lot of drinks with no grams of sugar. They're just like fucking drink water, dude, or drink like I don't know. I guess all the solutions are like
water,
fruit waters.
Yeah.
Like I think we've discussed watermelon water.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Obviously,
it's so expensive. You need 30 million friends with dollars to give you.
I mean, I will say I do love Bill O'Reilly getting shit canned from his job.
Yep.
For just being like an absolute scumbag, and then pivoting to advice.
Yes.
On Twitter, unsolicited.
We got this one. Someone responded. Here's the tip of the day. Wait, where is it? Don't sexually harass women. Then you don't have to pay expensive settlements.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have to save money drinking water if he just didn't sexually harass women.
Here's the tip of the day. Stay with your core beliefs even if life hits you hard. Don't change positive things. Stay tough. But one of his core beliefs was being a shitty guy, so maybe
Tip of the day, when drafting NDAs during settlements with women you've sexually harassed, make sure the text doesn't require their lying under oath or other illegal activities for the terms to be met.
Wait, they're lying under oath? I don't understand that.
The text, I guess, required them to lie under oath.
The woman had to lie under oath?
I suppose, like, to not violate the NDA.
I don't get that. What?
Like, if you sign an NDA and then you say it in court, does that violate the NDA? I guess that's what they're saying.
Oh. But I don't understand where lying under oath comes in. Like, they would have to say that the NDA didn't exist?
Or no, they were just like if they signed the NDA and then went to court, and then like
acknowledged the NDA.
No, or like just like lied, about what happened because they signed the NDA and they couldn't tell the truth about what happened.
Oh, odd. Have you ever signed an NDA? We've discussed this. I have.
Have you?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you have. I have not.
It was like, but it was more of like a...
It was a work NDA.
Yeah. It was
not
like,
a sexual harassment NDA.
Hey, I got a job idea for you. Sign this first. And I signed it. And then he was like, my idea is I don't give you a job. He was like, and you can't tell anybody how much I just burned you. But I didn't sign anything, so I'm going to tell everybody.
My favorite NDA story is the Fire Festival, where they wrote that fucking their review.
Baby,
like
they didn't ask anyone to sign NDAs.
That's the best kicker in a long time.
Just throwing baby in there is so
all
good.
right, so let's get to the crux.
Yeah.
Bringing that word back. The crux of this episode, we watched the Jersey Shore. But you know what we didn't do? Well, actually.
I kind of did.
Yeah. So our original plan was that we weren't going to watch the whole thing. You were going to watch an hour. I was going to watch an hour. Guess what? That's right. It was a 2-hour premiere for the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
And then we were going to tell each other about it.
Yes.
But I got hung up at work, and I assumed this would happen. You watched the whole thing, huh?
I watched essentially most. I watched most of it. I would say I watched an hour and a half of it.
Okay.
The last half hour seemed to be Snooki worried about losing a ring.
Yep.
That was the perfect time for me to tap out.
Okay. So go ahead and tell me about the first half.
Okay.
Well, first of all, should we discuss our experience with the Jersey Shore to set that up a little bit?
Yeah, let's get into that. I loved the Jersey Shore. I watched all the episodes, probably multiple times. And by all the episodes, I mean, like...
The ones that matter.
How many seasons did they do?
I would if I had to guess, I don't know, but like 4.
Right, I think they did 4. I think that I probably did 3 or parts of 3. Did you do them all?
So I did like
it
the
got
first.
unbearable.
Yeah,
Or just like maybe.
I think
the
I did
flavor
3.
wore off.
I think I did 3, or maybe I did 4, but like just didn't care about it in the 4th one.
Yeah.
But like, I was definitely done with it by the end. But I was in college when it was on, and it was like appointment television every Thursday to kind of sit down and watch the Jersey Shore. And fuck if that wasn't like an iconic reality show.
Yeah.
I know that like
we would watch The Office. That was our thing.
Really?
In college,
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like trashy TV as much as a lot of people do. But there is just something about the mixture of these individuals that like it is just so perfect. I was thinking about it today because it just felt weird watching the Jersey Shore in 2018, and especially now that they're like super old and shit, and I was still into it. It's just like the mixture of their personalities that it is like that is something that doesn't work 95% of the time because, or at least not for me, because I would hate a bunch of those people. But like there's something about this mixture that I fully embraced.
I was actually thinking like what would like a brunch style Jersey Shore kind of show be like? And I honestly think it would just be like you get a huge house and it's like just me and you. Like we like hang out and watch
just, like,
TV,
drinking beers, watching TV, and like making jokes.
They're like we go into the club, and they cut to us. We're just like at a bar watching a hockey game,
talking sports.
Yeah, it's like they're beating up the beat. We're just putting stuff in the jukebox.
Yeah, we would be at the house. We'd be watching movies.
Yes,
and probably playing a few games here and there.
Yep,
and then time to go to the club. Be at the bar, jukebox, sports. Come back. Probably like eat some late night snacks, watch another movie, and then go to bed. And that would be literally our lives the entire time.
Honestly, I just thought so. That's, by the way, what's going to happen with our pact when we just get old and live together.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. But you just described basically my ideal bachelor party, because I've been to bachelor parties like that where it's like, hey, we get to the house, we just drink some beers, grill for a little bit. If there's a bar in play, maybe we'll go to a bar, but let's focus on the house and just be drinking beers, put on a movie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really like I've like
so
come
we're
up to like
definitely not
roommates
getting a
before
show
or
from
whatever,
MTV.
just like sitting around like drinking a beer with like a friend watching a movie. I'm like, dude, why don't you like do something? Go out, have fun. But when I'm doing that, man, that is so much fun.
No, I think one of the biggest things that I'm looking forward to finally moving out and having a roommate that I like is just kind of like, well, not to say that I don't like my mom.
Yeah, I
love
like
my
mom.
But
What are you saying about the dogs?
I'm looking forward to the kicking it time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my experience with Jersey Shore. I loved it for a while, but I wasn't fully ready to embrace it when it came back. Apparently, like I thought.
I learned today that it came back.
Same.
Yeah.
And
like
I
this
learned
morning.
and I learned today that everybody was fucking excited about it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of like gross that people were that excited about Jersey Shore in 2018.
Well, it's just because we're
but
all
you know
so
what?
fucking dumb.
Here we are. We
Yeah.
watched the Jersey Shore.
All right, so catching you up. Snooki and JWoww have had the most plastic surgery ever.
Yeah, I did notice the lips on Snooki
were out of control.
Yeah. JWoww still looks pretty good, to be honest.
I don't think either of them look good, but to each their own. I think that I'm not besmirching them for getting their plastic surgery or whatever. Do what you want.
I mean, they had
but they look crazy different.
They had plastic surgery the first time around.
Yeah, or JWoww certainly.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I will say JWoww aged better than I thought she would, because like with all the tanning and all like just how trashy they are, I just did not expect them to age well at all. And JWoww looks better than I expected.
All right. The Situation is facing serious charges of tax evasion.
Oh, yeah.
He faces up to 5 years in prison. He says that he has a girlfriend and that they were college sweethearts. And while before you have time to say, wait a second, did he go to college? He distracts you again with a lot more tax evasion talk. Because the first 20 minutes, no matter what is going on, everything is about the Situation being in serious trouble.
Okay. But before we move on from the Situation having a college sweetheart, I don't want to glaze over that.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't even the college part. Wasn't even the part that like kind of threw me off.
The sweetheart?
It's the sweetheart part. Does he know how that works? I'm pretty sure to have a college sweetheart, don't you have to stay with them since college?
No, not really. No, I mean, like when you say like, oh, they were high school sweethearts, it means that they dated in high school.
Really?
Yeah. So like Aaron Hernandez, for example, married his high school sweetheart, and he had a different girlfriend. It's obviously very common when you say like they were high school sweethearts to mean they stayed together the whole time or whatever. But no, it just means your high school boo thing.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. So the girls FaceTime him to be like, "Hey, are you excited?" Because they all get lunch together, and they're all so excited about the thing. And they FaceTime him. They haven't spoken to him in so long, and they're like screaming in the restaurant. They're like, "Oh my god, so excited to see you! How are you doing?" And he's like, "I just got off the phone with my lawyer. It was about the tax evasion thing, and I had a very serious talk, and blah blah blah." And it's like, all right, just spend 1 second on anything else. Vinny says that he is feeling the best he has ever felt physically, mentally. Then he mocks gay people by saying emotionally, spiritually. Didn't need to do that.
Okay.
He's on the keto diet.
The Keno diet?
Keto.
Keto?
Yeah.
What's that?
The Keno diet is where you just sit there and smoke cigarettes
Yes.
and you lose a lot of weight.
Yes.
No, he's on the it's ketosis.
Okay.
It's a thing of it's like
That's what Big Cat and PFT did,
Correct.
where they pee and they
yes,
test their pee.
it's a lot of checking. Well, you don't need.
The only thing I know about that diet is that they pee.
So my understanding of it is you don't have to check your pee that often. I think that they just kept going off the diet and then would check their pee to be like, oh, fuck, now I'm back on it for a day. Is it working again? Ah, fuck, it's not working yet. So I think that they were just measuring whether or not their body was in ketosis.
Okay.
But I think that if you're actually doing the diet correctly, once you're in ketosis, as long as you're not cheating on it, your body's not going to magically jump out of it.
Okay.
So that's
what is that diet, though?
it's
Do you
like
know?
Your body is just doing shit.
Cool.
Yeah, it's you're
Sounds
getting your
neat.
body to do shit.
Sounds like it's not for me.
Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, so he's in that. He doesn't eat carbs. They get pizza one night, drunkenly. And this is the best part of the episode, other than the thunder part. But they're very drunk. They're eating pizza. And Vinny, because he's on the ketosis diet, never really drinks anymore. So he's super drunk. And they get pizza. And he's just picking the pepperoni off of it and the cheese and just like bringing it up to his face. And they're just looking at him like they want to fucking kill him. And they're all really fucking drunk. And Paul is like, Paulie.
I thought you said Paul.
Yeah.
He's aged. He's mature. He goes by Paul now.
Yes, Paul. No, Paul. He's like, Vinny, cut that shit out, dude. Eat the crust. It's just so fucking funny. So
I jumped on. Wait, are you still going?
well, I'll fill you in on Ronnie. Ronnie explains what's happening with Sammy. Because Sammy's not in this.
Yes.
They replace her with a sex doll that is like a toy doll where you press it and it says Sammy thing.
Was that a sex doll? Because it looked
Yeah.
like a actual like robot.
So
it's like one of those
I think
high
they said
tech
it was a
sex dolls.
doll. So you press it and it's like, I'm the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet. Ronnie explains what's going on with Sammy. He says that they moved in together. She gave him a timeline for when they wanted to get married. And that he ended up choosing to not continue with the relationship. Specifically, quote, I ended up cheating. Like, I made it like it was like part of it. Like,
I made the decision not to. I wanted to get out of that, so
I did what I had to do.
It was a mutual split. I cheated.
Yes, that's what he says. He's like, I had to decide. Like, it was like put up or shut up time.
And then I got caught cheating. That is a great spin. Great spin
of shutting up, which was to just end the relationship.
Yes,
and he's like, I cheated and she caught me. So you didn't need to tell any of the part about she gave a timeline for marriage.
That's awesome.
But he chose to do that. Pauly D is 37.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Vinny does a move that I do. He does this thing where he's dancing, and they show it, and then he explains it after.
Oh, yeah, I saw this clip on Twitter.
Where as the beat is building, he's acting like there's a
locked door in front of him.
Trying to get in, and he's like knocking, he's stopping and thinking, he's scratching his head, getting a little frustrated, a little banging on the door, and then when the beat drops, kicks the door open and goes wild. That's a thing that I do. You're probably thinking,
you've done that before?
You do that dance move? No. I do a thing where I'll do a dance move and then explain it after.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do that.
Like watching him be like, there's a dance move I like to do, blah, blah. I'm like, this guy's fucking speaking my language. I wouldn't be caught dead doing that dance move, but I for sure do things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that where I jump in?
Then my next thing is, what would a brunch-style reality show be like? We've already touched on that. Now, what happens the rest of the way?
Ooh, so let me tell you a story. When I jumped in, they were talking about dead dads. That was a really weird place to hop in. Not what I expected, and there was a lot of dead dad talk.
When we initially were going to do to split it up hour by hour. No, and initially when we were just going to watch it, we were watching the Bruins game, and I was like, let's just both flip to it, DVR it where it is, and we'll watch the rest of the way. But then, because I thought it was on at 9, this was at like 9:15, and I was like, all right, so it's only an hour-long episode. Then it ended up being 2 hours, so couldn't do that. But if we had done that, I was going to have to start from a point where Dina is crying, being like, I just miss him so much. And I was going to be like, that is a fucking whopper of a place to begin. It seems that is where you
That is where I began.
Yeah.
I started at a point where it was like, wow, these people are fucking old. And maybe it was just like, that was the whole episode, I guess. But like, I started with Dina talking about her dad dying and everybody was sad. And then I got a lot of like, I miss my baby talk. Mm-hmm. A lot of like, here's how old I am and I don't drink anymore, blah, blah, blah. Very bold by MTV to be like, these people, moms, some of them don't drink. And most of them are in relationships. Like Ronnie's got is Ronnie getting married? No, he's having a kid.
He has a baby mama.
He's got a baby on the way. So it was a gamble by MTV, like really rolling the dice, being like, let's throw these absolute animals who were known for just fucking around and getting absolutely wasted and basically ruining their lives, and let's bring them back where like they seem to be in pretty good places, all of them, and then just throw them in a house again.
Peter.
Yes.
You are missing that they are simply doing the classic John Wick dynamic, which is to start with all of these people who you know have put in a lot of time drinking, carousing, even merrymaking.
Yeah.
And it starts off with them saying, I don't do that stuff anymore. That's not me. That's the old me. I'm out of the game. And then within like 2 episodes, bam, 2 of them die.
They have a puppy in the house. That puppy's for sure going to die.
Do they have a puppy in the house?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was a John Wick joke.
That would have been. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I think that's seriously what they're doing. They're trying to be like, oh, Snooki is a responsible mom now. I'm sure she is in that moment. Not gonna be.
Yeah, but like, how far can they really go on that? Because like, wouldn't you feel bad watching Ronnie just like fucking tear it up with random ass girls in a club, knowing that he's got a kid on the way?
Well,
that's entertaining to watch when he doesn't really have anything to lose. Like Sammy is like his girlfriend, but when it's like an off-screen baby mama who's carrying his child about like 8 months pregnant. Probably feel a little guilty watching that. When Mike's got a goddamn court date coming up, you really want to watch him snap out of like his 28-month sobriety from pills.
He's going to hit a cop at some point. Yeah. I'll ask this question right after this fun little interruption because I tweeted at the eat the fucking pizza thing. Someone responded just now. Apparently one of them said, if you look up the most asshole way to eat a pizza, right there. Terrific. All right, so now I'm going to ask this question. I had written this down in my notes as well. Who is the stupidest person of the Jersey Shore cast?
Ooh. Oh, man. I I think it's Ronnie.
It is so Ronnie.
Yeah.
Because
Mike plays himself as the stupidest person,
right.
but
and they all do stupid shit.
I mean, they're all dumb.
Yeah.
They're all dumb
Yes.
to like a certain extent. I think Paulie is sneakily not as dumb as he seems. I think JWoww is not that dumb. Like I would put them two as like the smarter two in the house.
I would venture to guess that Vinny was an A student.
Yeah, but I don't think he's smart.
Right. True. Yeah. I guess like he's just he's more of a decent person.
He is the most presentable.
Yes, for sure. But Ronnie, he's just got it's like in his eyes. It's in his face. He's so fucking dumb.
He's dead inside.
Yeah, like he's like the dumbest fucking guy.
And I don't care what that guy says.
I'm having a kid. I'm with a girl.
He's always going to be a
You're
cheater.
Like, you're so fucking dumb.
And he's
yeah,
always going to be a cheater.
The second he showed up, they bring out the doll, and he was like, "If I smash this doll, does it count as cheating?"
I actually had that conversation when I went to New York. Kacey Smith.
Yep.
Me and her got in like a decent argument about whether it's cheating if you have sex with a sex doll.
No.
That's what I think. I don't know if Kacey was on my side now that I think about it. There were definitely like people who were very much saying that it was cheating. They basically said that like it's like having sex with a prostitute. Because you're like there's no emotional connection and you're not like emotionally cheating when you have sex with a prostitute, but still like the physical act of cheating is there. And I don't necessarily agree with that. Like
one is
if
having
it's not
sex with
human,
an alive person.
Yeah. If it's not human, I don't think it's cheating.
Ugh.
I don't want to think about it, but off the pizza thing, did you notice that the place that they ordered pizza from? It was on the box. It said pizza and pasta.
Yeah, I did notice that actually.
Yeah,
yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because like deep inside in my bones, if I'm ordering a pizza, I don't want it to say any other food on the box.
If it's pasta, they're saying that they're an Italian place.
I get that, but like if you're a pizza place, you should be an Italian place. I want to order pizza from a place that does pizza and nothing else. Like,
that's a very fair point, but
like they can do other stuff.
Right.
I don't want them advertising that they do anything else.
So you sound like you're like the Donald Sterling of pizza right now.
Oh no!
Yeah,
it's like they can
do it.
You can just go. Just don't advertise
keep it off the box.
Don't advertise.
Just don't put it on.
Don't
the
put
box.
it on social media.
That guy, man, he was an old racist guy. Is what he was to fill everyone in on Donald Sterling. If they missed that saga, we can give you some literature on Wikipedia. No, I don't know. It just made the pizza look good. I think the pizza is the best. Pizza and chicken look better on TV than any other food.
I don't know about chicken. I think pizza and burgers.
Burgers are a big one. So I've been rewatching 30 Rock of late. Huge shame on Hulu. Hulu does not go and play the next episode.
Really? That's
that
like
is
the
a
one thing
major
that you
problem.
do. That's like the one requirement of a streaming service is
At
just
least
immediately
on-
go to the next episode.
At least on
Even on
my iPad.
Even like Xfinity on demand.
Yeah, it knows what's up.
When I exit out, it's like, you want to watch the next episode?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah,
You're like,
Xfinity
yeah,
on
no.
demand.
Yeah. So you haven't watched 30 Rock, have you?
No.
You have to. You would.
I'd probably love it,
I'm
but
sure that it's an
I am
undertaking.
balls
but-
deep in the good place right now, and I'm loving it.
Ooh, I never did that.
So you should do it. It's still on TV. There's only 2 seasons out.
I'm not
right
used
now.
to being in a good place.
That's true, but I won't spoil it for you. But side note, Xfinity on demand, low key thick, because that shit is awesome.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
Like they have like I know everybody loves to fucking complain about Comcast and their customer service.
Oh,
and
no,
shit.
wrong.
Comcast does not suck.
Yeah.
Comcast is the good shit now.
Yeah.
Especially that goddamn remote that you speak into.
Oh, yeah.
Life changing.
And
So,
not to brag, I get a really
That's true.
interesting deal because I work for them, and I went to get another cable box because I'm putting a TV in my room. Doing well.
Not to brag. I'm
Yeah.
also going to do that in about a month.
So I really didn't want to do that. I haven't done that in like 5 years.
Haven't
kept
done
a
it
TV
since college.
in the room. Yeah, because I'm
looking
really
forward to it,
I
though.
firmly believe in like the room is for 2 things: sleeping and
snacking.
crying. Yep, yeah, and eating. Great line in 30 Rock is Liz Lemon, Tina Fey. finds out that her best friend and ex-boyfriend have been sleeping with each other, and she's totally okay with it because she's like, he's out of my life, whatever, you're a grown-ass woman, do what you want, and he's upset that it's not getting her upset, so he's trying to say stuff that'll make her mad. He's like, we did it this time, we did it that time, we did it that time. She's like, you guys are both adults. And then he's like, we did it in your bed. She goes, come on, guys, I eat in there.
That's awesome. Oh, that's a great line.
Yeah, so anyway, but yeah, I put a TV in there, picked up another cable box. It was so cheap. It was like, what a fun little deal I have. Anyway, yeah,
we have to talk about the Imagine Dragons.
Oh, yes.
The Thunder played a huge role in the premiere of Jersey Shore. Comes out when they're out to lunch with each other, and oh boy, does that song register an emotional connection with Snooki. It is amazing. I could not have written that any better.
Yeah.
Snooki immediately starts bawling when she hears Thunder by Imagine Dragons playing because it is her son's absolute favorite song.
But first, Dina remarks,
I like this song. I like the beat.
I like the beat.
Like, she talks over people at the table.
Yeah,
They were
to
in the
point out-
middle of a conversation. She's
Yeah.
like, I like this song.
About how their fake breasts work.
Yes, that's true. If they
They're
have
actually
breastfeeding
asking-
capabilities.
Yeah, they were actually asking questions that like were stupid questions, but when they were asking them, I was like, that's a stupid question. Oh, what's the answer to that?
Yes. And I'm pretty sure that they filmed this like very recently. So this is like fresh tape.
Thunder isn't like an
Dying.
Yeah, like it's
It is not
right.
dying.
It's not dying. It's still. I think that when Thunder comes on, people are like, "Ooh, I like this song."
But it has been 6 months of that. It has easily been 6 months
And
of
they've
that.
released like 600 songs since that. They've released
I know.
Break Me Off
They
a Piece of That
perform-
Believer.
No, that was before. Definitely,
Really?
wasn't it? Yeah. I think the Believer was before that. But they just performed a song at the national championship, the Final Four
Oh, really?
for March Madness, and it was fucking terrible.
Break Me Off a Piece of That Believer was before Thunder.
Okay.
Since then, they have released Whatever It Takes, Next to Me. Just those two songs.
I think they performed Whatever It Takes, and it was very bad. So yeah, they did this recent. They filmed Jersey Shore recently, and boy, Dina just had to remark that she loved that song, and it set Snooki off. Snooki started crying. JWoww started crying. All shedding tears over the art of Imagine Dragons. What a
It just
moment for brunch.
Warmed my heart so much. And when you got to it, you texted me like,
Oh my god!
"Oh my god!" Didn't no context. It was, oh man.
Should we? Do we have to get Snooki on the podcast now and talk to her exclusively about Imagine Dragons?
No, because we've already had someone cry on our podcast when Thunder was playing. So shouts out Kellen. I had one more thing. Fuck, what was it? God damn it.
Did you notice that when the situation showed up? Where is this, by the way? I tuned in late, so I didn't get to catch it. Was it in Miami?
Miami, I think.
Okay. When the situation showed up in Miami, he had a hickey on his neck.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a hickey on his neck, and like
Too
the
busy
next
looking at his fat face.
yeah, but like I thought it was funny because he had a hickey on his neck, and they spent the next 20 minutes talking about like how changed he is, and I was like, well,
Yeah, like so they haven't seen this guy in forever. They don't talk to him. The only thing they know about him recently is that he's going to go to jail for tax evasion, and in their head, they're like, he's doing so much better than the last time we saw him.
And like, the
like, he
sad
kind
thing
of
is
is,
that
yeah.
might be true,
Right, because they were like, Mike, how are you doing? And he's like, great, how are you? I'm like, wow, this guy has cleaned up his act. He didn't even hit me at all.
I know. I mean, like, it is kind of sad to think that like the situation is probably going to jail for up to 5 years, and he can say that he's doing the best that he's been in a while. There's been like a lot of rumors about the situation over the years since Jersey Shore has gone off the air. Like there was like the herpes rumor, which I would 100% believe.
Was the rumor, I bet he has herpes.
Yeah. And like just like he's gotten in fights and he's a drug addict, and like there's just been like he's had a tumultuous time since leaving the Jersey Shore.
I don't know what the latest is. So Is he just like awaiting trial?
He's awaiting trial.
Because he
in
pleads
April.
guilty.
Yeah, but he's still awaiting. Whether it's like he's awaiting trial or sentencing, he's awaiting something later in April.
Interesting. Well, break me off a piece of that, believer. Prayers up to the situation. It also led me to a thought. Why can't taxes just be automatic?
Yeah, just take them from me. Like, so I was thinking about this.
There's an obvious answer. Like, we can get to it, I guess. But
no, but I was thinking about it because I was like, huh. Like I think we've discussed this in the past. Like I can for sure see myself going to jail or getting in trouble for tax evasion. Yeah, exactly. Just because I don't want to do that shit.
Right.
There's a lot of shit that I don't want to do, and you know what? I just don't do it until it comes back and bites me in the ass.
Right. Yeah.
And I can for sure seeing that happen with my taxes because I'm not ready to be an adult. But I looked into it. He wasn't negligent.
Right. I looked
he
it
was
up too.
fraud.
Yeah.
He was
right.
Scamming the shit out of the government.
So I was like, I could never accidentally do that. But, like, why do we have to fill shit out? Why don't... So they send us W-2s, our employers. Why don't they just send that right to the fucking IRS? And why don't they just... I don't know.
Cut out the middleman.
Fucking, yeah. Like, they can know how much we spend in rent and all that stuff. Just, you guys all... The fucking man has all of our information anyway, so just fucking use
ask
it.
Facebook.
Right, exactly. The answer to that is because then people would just start doing everything with cash and avoiding that, to which I say,
Cool.
Get rid of cash.
No, I'm down with cash. Like
No, I'm saying they wouldn't be able to do that because...
people would scam it with cash?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So your job would be like, hey, you're not an employee of ours, quote unquote, and then just send you cash. Get rid of cash. Cash stinks.
I like cash. I like paying with cold hard cash sometimes. It's now it's become like a nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
Like when I want to feel like I'm in the good old days, I'll pay with cash.
Yeah. But I hate fucking tax season. It's usually like 3 things. I just got to send my CPA a W-2, tell them what I paid in rent, miles, anything that I might want to write off, and that's it. And I'm like, it's going to take fucking forever. I always fucking lose my W-2. I have it sent to the wrong fucking address. It's always a big fucking thing. Ooh, I got a little area of concern in my face right now.
Oh, you feel it? That's
Take a
like the
picture.
worst.
Yeah, doesn't happen every day.
Let me see. I see it. I see it from across the table. That's like one of the worst feelings in the world. Getting a pimple sucks, but you know what sucks worse than getting a pimple? The feeling when it first comes on and it's not there yet, but you know it's coming.
It's like getting a cold. It's like it's the worst.
Because you know it's coming and there's nothing you can do about it.
Speaking of nostalgia, one thing that I will be getting on vinyl is Kacey Musgraves' new album. I don't want to get too crazy on it because it's I already know that it's going to get 3 billboards where it came out and it's really good and I love it and it's awesome, but people immediately go way too far and they're saying it's like the greatest album in the world. It's not the greatest album in the world. I like it a lot. It's a really enjoyable album. It is. I put a bunch of it on the Spotify. On the new Spotify playlist. I load that shit up. I load that shit up.
Really?
Yeah, I put on a few songs from this.
Well, what the fuck?
I
now
put
you can't
on
joke
like
about
60
it.
Sarah Bareilles songs. I put on a million Father John Misty songs, and that's basically all it is.
Well, now the pressure's on me because I haven't been updating it because you haven't been updating.
Right, but it'll be just like a thing that whatever we're listening to, we'll throw it on there. And if we remember to put stuff on there, we do. And if not, fucking suck one. Just relax. So... It's really good, though. It's cool. It's I said, and this is just fucking bang on, amazing point by me. In fact, I need to bring it up to one of my friends who's a big music guy. Every now and then I'll make a really good point, and he'll be like, fuck, man, that's such a good point. I'm going to say this to him, and he's going to say that.
So this is the name of the episode, Analogies and Points.
Analogies and Points. Yeah. It's the things that... Analogies, points, and Adam's apples. DJ's strengths.
The only 3 strengths of DJ.
The only 3 strengths. But it's the some nights of country music.
Okay.
In that it's a talented, good artist, super, super accessible, super duper overproduced, but in a good way. Like, I like it a lot.
Like, I like my country music to be like underproduced. I like the
that's
country.
what it should be.
Yeah, I like my country music raw.
Yeah.
But
this has fucking vocoders.
Yeah.
Her fucking vocals are like tuned to the fucking T.
But like to me, it doesn't sound like a country album that is overproduced. It sounds to be like a pop album that has a tint of country in it, which I think you can get away with when it's overproduced that way. Because like it's cringeworthy when you like try to present yourself as straight up country,
right.
and then you're way overproduced. But if you're going for a pop album, like Taylor Swift, like she had pop albums with a little bit of country mixed in,
right?
To like embrace her roots or whatever. So I listened to like the first half of the album, no complaints.
Yeah,
a lot of Bareilles. It was what was it? The song that I Butterflies.
You said Butterflies, and I also hear it in. I would say I hear a lot of Bareilles and I hear a lot of Norah Jones.
Okay.
But her stuff that she's done with not Thundercat, Danger Mouse. And this album makes me want Kacey Musgraves to do an album with Danger Mouse. What song is it? I forget. But there's a song that's like just like the Norah Jones song, Happy Pills, and it's great. But yeah, it's like she's not going for straight up country. I think that much like a Sturgill Simpson, it's rooted in country, and she's not necessarily trying to be like top 40 or anything, but she's trying to do a non-country thing, like either venturing into like psychedelic stuff or like more rock stuff. Certainly like pop rock shit like that, and it's good. It just touches it touches a lot of the bases. The song that I would recommend most, probably Butterflies or Oh What a World. I love
Oh What a World was really good too.
Yeah.
This is like my first exposure to Kacey Musgraves, so I have no idea like what she's done in the past. But I will say she and Maren Morris are like got to be up there for like two of the best like pop country.
I don't know enough Maren Morris. I just knew those two songs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Maren Morris.
Yeah, I mostly plead ignorance on her, but I liked 80s Mercedes and whatever the other song was.
My Church?
I don't know.